Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm SALEHUDDIN from Group 9. So after discussion with our fellow members, the stated problem for development project on this area will be water issue. So we decide to use our rainwater harvesting system to mitigate this problem. Further part, I will be explain what is happening in this project. So first of all, Banteng Industrial City BIC, which is located in Banteng in Kuala Langat District, Selangor, which also situated at nearby Langat River, which got a lot of rich agricultural resources and established industrial estates. So the location address is below. More after that, we can see here the illustrate of this development project, which we can see from below the Langat River. So this project got nearby amenities such as school, shopping complex, medical clinic, and residential, which come out the problem statement which for this proposed of development project. So from here we can see the drone view for this site arrangement. We can see flatted area which got prone to flooding, and this the problem statement which we decide to get the sustainability come out solution. First one, water demand actually a very crucial request for each of the development project or landscaping. Why not we just recycle it and be used as our primary resources in our development project. Second part, other than we can waste the rainwater, we apply the engineering system, like I recall rainwater harvesting, catchment basin and others. We also can supply it to the necessary activities, like we can reuse it on our mixed construction material, something else. And then by using this system, we can mitigate the flooding prone areas. As I mentioned before, this area are very flat and nearby to Sungai Langat. So we can mitigate it by slow down, or maybe we can hold the runoff from rainwater, heavy rain. That's it for my part. This part will be explained for my fellow members. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and good afternoon. My name is Abdul Hadi bin Harun from the Speak KL. So I'm from the Group 9. Today I will present about the rainwater harvesting goal. Rainwater harvesting. I believe my colleague already done their part, so I will continue for the next slide. So here we found based on this project, we can meet 4 goals from the 17 sustainable goal, which is highlighted by United Nations. So the first item is the under goal number 6, to ensure availability and sustainable management of water and sanitation for all. The number 2 is under goal 7, to ensure access to affordable, reliable, sustainable, and modern energy for all. The third one is under goal number 12, ensure sustainable consumption and production pattern. And then number 4 is the under goal 14, conserve and sustainable use the ocean, seas, and marine resources for the sustainable development. So from of that we got this kind issue can be addressed below the under SDG goals. So for the goal number 6, by implementation project rainwater harvesting, so we can minimize the waste of water supply when we can use recycled rainwater as sources to the public, because we believe in Malaysia or whatever country, the main resources of water supply from the river. So sometimes for the area that far from the river supply, so they have to absorb for the costing operation and then take time to the transport the water by the underground pipe and some other things. The second item is the this method will get no extra charges when the rainwater actually are free flow. So normally, yes, mostly we know the rainwater come from the atmosphere, and but we also got for the rain runoff, which is come down from the highland area. So this one we go to the our storage or our catchment area. So the item number 3 is the consumption. We get unlimited when the supply from the recycled rainwater are always available. This item number 3 that means for we can make sure there will no water disruption during the something happen for the main supply. For example, the piping bursting, the piping leaking, or the extend work for the tank or for the other piping, something for the new joint connecting or and other is. So by providing the rainwater harvesting, so we can got second option to make sure our supply still continue, even we have to temporarily shut down for the main supply. So this I think a very important benefit to implement for the project rainwater harvesting. And goal number 14 is the rainwater are the circulation of the nature, so there will be no distraction towards the existing ecosystem. Yes, of course, rainwater is the one of unlimited resources, so we can use and this kind sources and this kind sources every time we have, unless it will minimize during the dry season. So I believe we can plan early to facing the dry season. Example, we construct extra storage to keep the rainwater, a lot of can to supply during the dry season. Okay, for the next slide, we got 3 type of the rainwater harvest system. So for the first type is a direct pump submersible. This one, direct pump submersible, normally is the common practice for our country, and I believe for the others country, for other countries, other area also, for this one is the common practice. Because this kind method, normally they will pump the water will transport from the catchment area, from the river and other supply resources. So they will bring to the suction tank or underground tank, and then after that they will go into the storage tank before to supply to the public and other properties. For this project, we use underground tank, but for rainwater harvesting, I think we can use for the ground, for the top one tank also we can use. It's no problem. And then the second one is the indirect pump. Indirect pump means we strictly distribute the water supply from the catchment area. So before catchment area, we got the point discharge. So based on the during the point discharge, we provide the filter something to make sure our water stay clean. So we not simply to deliver the water from the catchment area for the our storage tank without reach the standard requirement that we have got from the our authority. So this one we call indirect pump. The third one is indirect gravity. Indirect gravity normally this one is combined system to bring up to transport the water supply going up to the high area, the example for the highline that we place our storage before we flow using the gravity. So this one normally we use pump. So after the storage full with the water, so we start distribute with the gravity. So this one maybe we can put system auto pumping there. So when the water reach the drop until the some level, so the pump station will start pumping water automatic. Okay, this one example for the rainwater harvesting diagram by method submersible. So we can see here we got storage tank, we got filter from the building going to the storage and going pass through the filter and then go to storage and then pump out back to the public or property. So here we got a flow system rainwater harvesting. Actually, based on here, we just stated for the urban method. Normally, for the rural method, we got normally we got natural rainwater from the atmosphere, and then we got run off to the catchment area. So from that we transport our rainwater harvesting to the pumping to the storage, and then go to the filter and then storage for the deliver to the public and the property. So for the urban area, we can see here the rainwater go to the rooftop. Actually, urban area, we can say the surrounding building, the roof of a surrounding building become as a catchment area, because from the roof building, the water we going down to the by the rainwater down pipe, go to the subordinate pipe, and then go to the filter. Then next submersible pump before go to the retention pond, and then after that, from the subordinate pipe go to the reservoir or retention pond, and go to the submersible pump and throughout the filter and go to the water tank before we start distribute to the facility or public by gravity flow or by pump station. This one is the urban area. Actually, here we got extra information for this now. For the moment, I believe for the high class building, mostly they were using the siphonic system for their building, because siphonic system very more effective and efficient compared with the conventional drainage. Based on siphonic system, we can maximize. We can see here the comparison between siphonic drainage and conventional drainage. So we can see actually for the outlet at the siphonic system, they have the new technology device to make sure our rainwater can flow 100% filling ratio compared with the conventional drainage system, just 30% filling ratio. So in terms of the siphonic system, the rainwater 100% fully flow inside the pipe. You can see here based on the picture. So just to share, my latest project implement this system. We still ongoing to complete this one. So for the side picture, we can see here this one for the conventional method for the rainwater downpipe. So that's all my presentation about the rainwater harvesting. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is IZADI bin Mohamad. Okay, now we present our group presentation. Okay, as we look at the slide, this is an example outlet from rooftop to retention pond. Okay, the function outlet is to divert rainwater from storage on the top building to the retention pond. Okay, for the next slide is example for retention pond. Okay, retention pond is a medium storage or catchment to store the water before it will using for operation. Okay, and this is example filter. Okay, the filter used to remove suspended pollution from rainwater collected over the roof. Okay, the filter will filtering media such as fiber, coarse sand, and gravel layers to remove debris and dirt from water before enter the storage tank. Okay, for the next slide, this is example FRP tank inside building. Okay, as we know, the FRP tank the function is to provide leak-free storage for a long lifespan. It rust and corrosion resistant. Okay. For the last slide. Okay, this is example of flow outlet for retention pond. Okay. The function of flow outlet is to release overflow water to the pond or nearby river to make sure the flooding not occur. Okay, that's all. Thank you.
Okay, for the advantage rainwater harvesting system, what we can get about when we make this system. First, we can got long-term benefit when less maintenance required. Second, promote both water and energy conservation. Third, reduce the need for imported water. Four, help recharging the aquifer, preventing urban flooding due to excess rain. Store water can use for another practice. And lastly, we can reduce the soil erosion in the excess rain area. Next, we look for the disadvantage rainwater harvesting system. The rainwater harvesting system is a high initial investment cost. The system must be scheduled with regular maintenance and vulnerable water quality, rainwater supply, climate depend, storage capacity, and limit supply. What is our opinion on how to resolve the issue? Rainwater is one of the most cost-effective ways to use natural water in a suitable way. Rain is a natural blessing. This method should be used in densely populated city with a water shortage and appropriate rainfall. For future action plan to resolve the issue, our group suggests do the study focus on rainwater harvesting system, perform on large-scale residential, commercial, and industrial sector. Second, we propose to promote awareness campaign on the important rainwater harvesting for construction development. What we find in relation to our study, uh, the rainwater harvesting is a viable water conservation measure that has the potential to accord to the sustainable of the water source and to the viability of water treatment plant. Reduce water contamination in the nearby river. Collecting rainwater is the most cost-effective and greatest alternative solution to the world water crisis. The potential benefits of rainwater harvesting are not well recognized, which should be addressed by an education awareness campaign. That is our group presentation in our project. With that,